Morning, day 52, and as you can see the way we're dressed, we've just been for breakfast at this place here called The Barn, and literally where we stayed last night was down there behind that truck, petrol station there, and that really is it. There's nothing here. Otherwise, I think we may have had another day off today. We watched the rain forecast last night, and we've got a day today, tonight, all day tomorrow and Sunday, with severe warnings for tomorrow. But we've been lucky for the last 50 odd days. We had a couple of days of rain. Some of the guys are stopping here today. Two others that we've spent the evening with, and that they've just set off.
It's all cloudy over there.
Yeah, I mean, without me focusing the camera around, I don't know if you can see, but above that green line are mountains, and you just can't see anything with the mist. So we're going to head out. We were going to hope for about 14-15 miles today. There's a shelter and get up and near that. Next stop will be Blanding, about 2.5 days. Quick resupply, and then on to Postberg, where hopefully we'll stop overnight. But really our next big stop will be Waynesboro, which is about 90 miles away. Where we'll take a zero. But it's about sucking this weather up, I'm afraid, and carrying on.
Yes.
We had a good full breakfast: pancakes, scrambled egg, hash browns, sausage, bacon, 24 cups of coffee,
It's going to
sweet tea.
time.
So yeah, we're on his way. So we'll speak to you later. 2:30. Friday afternoon, and we've come out of that mountain range up there. It's been a bit of a slog, to be honest, hasn't it?
Certainly has. It's
been
yeah.
2:30 down this trail here. As you can see, just there in front of us is a little metal bar with a white blaze on it. So obviously it goes round there to the left. I'm looking in that field ahead.
Across the road.
I can't quite see a formed trail up there, can you? No. But no doubt we've got. I looked in the book, and I think with the elevations, we've got one more big climb today, up and over about 2.5 miles, and then it's a descent and a flat spot across to the shelter, which is going to be about 14.5 miles today.
We passed the quarter-mile mark.
The quarter mile, or the quarter distance to Katahdin.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we have, 1,600 miles to go.
Yeah, 547 done.
Yeah.
But it's so muggy.
It is, it's really close.
It's horrible.
They've threatened thunderstorms tonight, but more or less guaranteed it tomorrow, haven't they?
Yeah.
80% chance of rain and thunderstorms here.
It's sticky.
But it's a little bit of a breeze, but we're making tracks anyway. So like I say, we've got a bit of greenery.
Yeah.
It is, it's a bit like being home now. But you know, you walk so hard in those hills with the rocks and the roots that your feet are so sore and so hot.
I just want to take my shoes off.
I know, you actually get down here, and in all honesty, you don't actually even appreciate it, do you? Because your feet hurt that much.
Yeah.
And those 3 hikers coming that we've passed, they were having some lunch. So we're going to make tracks and see if we can get closer to camp. So it's the end of day 52. It's rained since 4 o'clock. Massive thunderstorm actually, and we were about 400 yards from the shelter. So we timed it just right. Alison is currently inside the shelter, sat in her sleeping bag with quite a few others. It's raining now. I don't know if you can actually hear it on the video. I just want to show you this though. The view is amazing. Obviously, here we are in the woods. The light's a bit low, but there's the back of the shelter that we're staying in. And it's just literally woodland all around. But through there, down in the dips, you can see that white is the mist in the sort of valley region up below. That's what that is. It's obviously going to encase us in the next few hours, but we've got major thunderstorms due tonight and most of tomorrow, It's going to rain, actually, they reckon, from tomorrow late morning till Sunday. And we're going to attempt our first 20 miler tomorrow, because there's shelter at 9.4 miles from here, and the next one at over 20. And I don't really want to be pitching up tomorrow night, listening to the rain belting down on our tent, knowing that the next day I have to carry it. So yeah, if we can see through here, that's exactly what you're looking at. That white is just mist. It's just mist. The funny thing is, the camera I'm looking into looks actually lighter than it is here. Let me take you around here where some of the guys are. There's a couple of guys that we've been walking with. There's actually a guy here who's walked south from Maine, started last year, and he's 540 miles from Victory. He's going to Georgia. Fire. Obviously, there's a little bench here, you can't see it too well, but it's wet. And somebody's got fairy lights in the shelter. But Alison is... Gentlemen, pardon? Not Facebook Live, no. This is Simon Richards' United Kingdom YouTube account. All right, yeah. That guy that. Be seen in England. The guy that, yeah, you'll be seen in England, yeah. Oh my God, I gotta dress better for this. Yeah. The Queen is gonna be very upset. She will. So yeah, so this is how we have to lower our standards, I'm afraid, guys. Mixing with these kind of people. Nah, they're all great, really. There she is. She's just down under there. Can't see her because of the light. Let's have a look. There she is. She's there waving. But I'm stood out here in the rain. But yeah, just waiting now for bed. Morning. It's day 53. It's 7:05 in the morning. We got up about 6:20, and we got out the shelter, took our stuff out, folded it all away outside. Why? All but one other person slept. Everybody slept except this one guy, who's a southbounder. So it's only 555 miles from the end. The forecast from about midday today, rain. It's raining now, but rain, heavy rain, all day, all through the night. So we've come out early, try and get as many miles in as we can. It's a little bit slippery underfoot at the moment with all these leaves. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a bit grey, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this is what we're walking through. Here's the trail. I have never seen so many rhododendrons in all my life. I can imagine in another month, and they're all in flower, it would look absolutely amazing. But anyway, we're going to try and get on. We need some water. There's a water source about half a mile down this track. And fill up, find somewhere if it stops raining, have some breakfast, cup of coffee, cup of tea, and push on to the next shelter, which is a big climb for midday. Right, we've been walking 2 hours and we've just come up from that direction, and this is the trail we're walking through. All the way through. They're supposed to be light grey. So Alison's. You alright?
Yeah.
Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Just imagine a nice sunny beach. What would you say? It's just, I don't know. So here they have runoffs. If you see this timber, obviously the trail goes up in that direction, the water runs down here and it branches off there, runs down there, and just the other side of that tree, you can't see, is the stream. You may be able to see it just through there if I enlarge this picture. There it is, it's running down there. We've crossed about 6 bridges in the last 15 minutes and 3 new rivers that have actually formed themselves. But it's raining hard now, and it rained all through the night. It sort of gave us 15 minutes this morning to get out of the shelter while everybody else slept. We let our airbeds down, packed our tents away. We walked up onto a mountain. It's just a climb we've done. Here's another one here. We had breakfast, and as soon as we put the coffee on, it started raining. So we half ate, half packed away. I can tell you one thing, anybody following us, there's going to be no shortage of water in Virginia. It's forecast, like we said, all day today. Somebody was saying until really Monday morning. Again, like I was explaining back there, it's just literally in abundance now. There's a river there, just through there. There's another one there. Like I say, big one here. Look, coming down off the mountains, it's just everywhere. I think we're going to crack on, because I don't think Alison's in the mood to stand talking while it's raining. But like I said, it's a bit cooler today, so it's not quite as muggy as it was, or as sticky. But I know.
Nothing to say.
Tis what it is.
The end of the day, but we got here lunchtime and we did 9 miles this morning. We've just come from that forest all just in front of me, and it has just stopped raining. Follow the trail up here, and we've got a little fire that hopefully we're going to try and get going in a minute, because it has literally just stopped raining. And we come across this, and this is called Chestnut Knob Shelter. It's a stone built shelter, and it's got a door, and I'll take you inside in just a moment. Over there is the privy, and at the minute Simon is there collecting some wood, because our boots are just soaking wet. We made this decision earlier on to stay here the night, because we just didn't want to get any more wetter. This is the first view that we've had over there into the town. I'm not sure which one it is, but there's a few places. But if you can see in the sky how black it is, it's due to forecast rain all day tomorrow, literally from the morning all day. So I'll just take you inside the shelter, and it's okay. This is where we're going to be sleeping tonight. Yeah.
Thank you.
And a table. All our kit hanging everywhere. So we've been told there's mice, but we shall see. So hopefully we'll have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning.
Morning. Day 54. It's 20 past 8 in the morning, and it's about 40 odd degrees. It's quite cold actually. As you can see around us, once again, no view. It came down yesterday. It never stopped raining, to be quite honest with you, all day. We were done for 12:30. We got to a shelter. A couple of friends that we've been hanging about with over the last few days were there, and you can tell it's bad when Mountain Goat and Kaleidoscope are done for the day, because these guys can hike out mile after mile after mile. We sat in the shelter, had lunch, listened to it rain, as Alison said last night. Went to bed. It rained all through the night, and forecast all day today, most of tomorrow. It's just a temperature swing. It's so cold, my hand's holding this camera. It really, really is cold again today. But then again, we're 4,500 feet up, slowly making our way down now. Downside to these parts of Virginia are the shelter we're heading for is 10 miles. The one after that is another 14.9. So you're either walking 10 miles today or 24.9. And the fact of the matter is, wherever we walk to, we're not pitching a tent in this. And then tomorrow, having to carry a wet tent and probably have to put it up again tomorrow night. So at 10 miles, we'll just have to hope there's room in the shelter, because we definitely will not be making another 15 miles today. A lot of the guys that we just spoke to, they're heading to a hostel down the road, staying there. A lot of the guys that called into the shelter yesterday have done exactly the same. So we're about, in theory, about 25 miles, 24 miles from Bland, where we just need to nip in and pick a couple of more days' food up to get us to Parisburg, where we have a parcel and then a room for the night. But one side clothes are still wet through. We tried to dry them over the fire last night, but the rain wouldn't allow us to stay out there long. So it's just a pretty grim day ahead today. So hope everybody back home's enjoying their Sunday dinner. So we're at Jenkins Shelter. It's 2 p.m. and it has never stopped raining. It's not so much even the rain, it is the temperature. It's down into the 40s. Our packs are hanging, they're soaking wet. There's Alison's, there's our clothesline, most of our clothes. Our boots again are down there, absolutely saturated through. Guy's just come in, he's not even staying, he's carrying on. The coats are hanging there.
We've got the place to ourselves.
The rain skirts. We've got it, yeah, we have for now.
To ourselves at the minute, but
and
it's soaking wet.
It's forecast again tomorrow as well, so you know we're losing time and miles, but you just can't walk in it. It's just you can walk so far, and it's just so cold.
We're dry at the moment.
We're dry at the moment, yeah. Sleeping bags I've got, I don't know if you can see them from there, a couple of patches on the bags. Those dark patches you see are wet patches. So our mats were wet. They were in trash bags, but it's just rained so hard and so heavy all morning that we actually got to the side of the road, didn't we? And we tried to get. There's a hostel, but I've got no signal, so we couldn't call them. And we looked for a passerby, but of course there was no passerby. So we trudged on another 4.5 miles. It's a nice shelter, Jenkins Shelter. Is that what it's called? Is it?
Yeah.
And it's not about, yeah, not beautiful camping area around us.
And the sun's out.
Yeah, and then hopefully if we just have 2 or 3 hours later, we can build a fire and just try and dry our boots out. That's the main thing for me. But we wanted to be in Bland for tomorrow morning to resupply. It's about 12 point something miles. So we're just going to have to see how we go. But we'll speak to you later. Let's see if we get any more company.
So, it's 10 to 5. We're still sitting in the shelter. And it's still raining outside. We've still got all of our clothes hanging up. I can't quite see, but they're still all hanging up there. This actually is a lovely campsite.
Yeah, it says, yeah.
would be a lovely campsite
If it was dry.
if it was dry.
It's been absolutely terrible today. All day. Well, all yesterday. Since
Well, since we left Irwin and Atkins.
yeah, it rained after breakfast at Atkins.
And then, yeah.
We got to the shelter that night and it was just starting.
Yeah.
We got up yesterday morning and it rained all morning. And we got to the shelter and we met a couple of friends and we stayed with them all day. But they're
ahead of us.
Yeah, they're super hikers though. Mountain Goat and Kaleidoscope, the names are. And they can really hike. We said we'd meet up in Parisburg, but I think by the time we get there,
They might be gone.
they'll be there and gone. So I'll message Josh and see where he is. But today, 10 miles, 10 point something mile, and I just can't express how cold and miserable it gets, can you?
No.
You just can't
It's not
explain.
fun. It's not fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
It's really hard work.
Up and over rocks, I mean...
And it's so slippy because the
it's
leaves,
unbelievable.
and it's just not a nice day today, or yesterday,
No, or tomorrow, then
or even
forecast it
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Because the forecast rain tomorrow.
But we're going to go into Bland. We've got a, what did I say?
11.7.
11.7 in the morning. So we'll set the alarm for 6:15, and if it's dry, we will get up and go. We're the only two in the shelter at the moment, and
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, I can't see anybody else coming, can you?
Just don't know.
I'm pretty sure anybody with a bit of sense got up to Chestnut Mountain Shelter.
That was the barn that we stayed in last night with the door.
Stone, four-sided, door on a spring. You can even attach the door, closed at night. I don't see anybody would want to carry on walking in this weather.
Why would they walk another 10 miles to
No.
a shelter and they don't even know what this shelter's going to be like? So that's the problem we have. We didn't know what this was going to be like, but it's dry.
But if we get into Bland tomorrow, we're only going into resupply. But if we walk in there tomorrow wet through, it will be the first motel that we see.
The trouble is, everything's wet already, so we're going to be putting wet clothes on tomorrow. So we do really need to at least go into a laundrette and dry them off in Bland tomorrow if we don't stay anywhere.
100%. We were hoping to build a fire, and even if we could just get our boots 75, because it's so miserable.
We're actually sitting under here. We've got our socks in here.
In a bag.
Drying. That we're sitting on.
I've actually got
no socks on at all.
No socks on at all. They're all wet through. Both pairs from yesterday. And it's just, we can't dry them. We've had these things hung up. They'll be hung up all night. Won't make any difference. They'll be still freezing cold, soaking wet in the morning. And like I've mentioned it before, there's just nothing you can do. We bought the best boots, the best of. All right, raincoats are debatable. But I personally think my best raincoat was left at home. But I've had the raincoat on today. I may as well have walked topless. Our backpacks from Osprey may as well not even been no point even sending them with the pack.
I think we're going to get some black bin liners and try and use those as a rain cover.
Absolute waste.
And we bought sun hats the other day. Woohoo! And the sun hasn't been out since. You jinxed it. You said, come on, we need to buy a sun hat.
One thing though, guys, anybody who's thinking of doing this trail next year or the year after, and you're looking, we wear Keen boots. I've had a few blisters, but it's not the boot. It's the way the foot turns in the boot on this terrain. Your foot's never going to move backwards and forwards. With the roots and the rocks, your foot sits in the boot and it twists sideways. The boots are amazing. Absolutely. You don't know how many people we spoke to, and they're into their second and third pair.
Yeah.
We walked 400 miles in Britain last year, in the Peak District and in the Lake District. When they're clean, they're not even worn.
They don't look, no, they're amazing.
They are. I totally recommend them. But one thing I'm going to tell you, there is no such thing as waterproof shoes or boots. And any hiker that's walking this trail, they will tell you the same. Yeah, buy these, are $140, 140 UK pounds. They're nothing. I can assure you, those boots may as well be slippers in this kind of weather. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Within two hours, I've tried it with my trousers on. My legs and my trousers get soaked. Soak my socks, soak my foot. I've tried it in leggings, like a cycling legging. And today, I was walking down the mountain in boxer shorts and a Z-Pack rain skirt. I was frozen.
So cold.
But my boots
Still got
were
wet.
drenched. My feet. So when you're looking, find something that's comfortable. Totally recommend the boot because of its sturdiness and durability.
Yeah.
But if somebody's going to sit there in a shop and tell you, in a department store, I'll buy these because you're wasting your money. On waterproof, you're wasting your money.
And trust us, they will get wet. When you
Oh my God.
Your feet will get wet and your feet will get cold.
When people tell you there's showerproof and there's waterproof, you know what? I don't think there's any difference, because when you're out here, it is literally like being in a shower in your bathroom for the day. It's rained non-stop since 7:15 yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And the good news is they forecast it tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow as well.
So there's been no let up. We've sat here, cold, bored really, nothing to do. And
we don't want to put the tent up because
no chance.
just going to put away a wet tent, so we might as well stay in this dry.
Yeah, we're dry.
Even though it's
We'll be warm in another
Cold,
hour.
yeah,
I mean, it's 5 o'clock, and I've got to be honest, we're going to be in these sleeping bags in the next hour.
Yeah.
And it may get dark a little bit earlier tonight with the weather. I would have just liked to have made a fire for a couple of hours and tried to have got a little bit of drying on the boot. But never mind.
So we'll see what it's like in the morning.
Are you taking a guess?
I think it's going to rain.
Oh.
So I hope you all had a lovely Sunday. Thinking of us
Yeah.
here.
And any of you guys out there that are American, don't you dare criticise our country for rain.
Yeah.
Only kidding.
Yeah. So we're hopefully going to get some nice parcels in Waynesborough. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if nobody's sent a parcel yet, I'm a size 8 in Wellingtons.
But we'd love an umbrella as well, but that's just not practical.
Not really. Yeah, 2 poles, a pole in each hand, a backpack on your back, and an umbrella.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll love you and leave you, and we'll see you in the morning.
Well. Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Day 55. Anybody want to take a stab in the dark? What the weather's like? It literally rained all through the night. We laid there, we tried to record it bashing off the tin roof. Alison and I was the only 2 in the shelter all night. And we just actually came out of the shelter, turned north, and on the first tray was a huge sign saying bear encounters have been happening in this area.
I'm glad we didn't see that last night.
Yeah, she would have been panicking last night.
Yeah.
Because it was a big open shelter. And we were the only 2 there, and to be honest, that's the first time on this trip we've actually stayed at a shelter on our own.
Yeah.
Alison did fall asleep before me, and then next thing we knew, we woke up again with a heavier rain about 11:30. So anyway, we're going to try and trek on now. Boots are absolutely soaking. We've tried to, our synthetic socks were kept in our pockets so they're dry. Our wool socks were warm but soaking. So obviously, as you look down now at our boots, they're still absolutely soaking wet. So we've got, like I say, 11.5 miles into Bland, and if we can find a room there,
A room, that'd be nice to dry.
we've got to get everything dry. We can't carry on like this for the rest of this week. It's about another 3 days to Parisburg, so we'll catch you guys later. 2 minutes ago, this was the trail we've come down to. The path is here, where we've had to get round this. Obviously it's just collected water, but wait till you see this. I'm just going to turn you around. This is the path we're walking along, well, the trail. And there's a river to our right. And when you want to know how much rain we've had in the last 2 days, if you look over in the distance, there's another one converging. I've never seen so much water. Yeah, and if you can, oh dear, that is awesome. I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to let you see if you can read it yourself, guys. Because if you'd have woke up this morning,
On that little patch of ground.
you are not getting off this. So here's the water coming down. I wouldn't say it wasn't torrential all night, not like we've heard it in the past, but it has rained for 36 hours.
Yeah.
It's raining now, it's not raining hard, but this just... No, let's move. About an hour, and we had a couple of ups and downs, but once again, as you can see, that is the trail we're walking, supposedly up. All the way down to here. Somebody tried to branch it off already. They've done it here where we are, and you'll see where it goes. That is the amount of water running down these paths. You see that bit there, and you're probably thinking, oh, that doesn't look too bad. Can walk round or through that. But the reality of it is, that's how fast it's coming down. All the way down. And this, to be honest, I could be videoing you these, how long? Every 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes. Our feet are squelching already. Still got about nine miles to go. But it's a tiny bit milder, so it's not too bad, is it?
Not too bad.
You alright?
Yeah.
Come on then. It's 9:30. Walked a couple of hours. Probably done about between 4 and 5 miles. Showed you the water in the mountainside. Well, we're just coming down to a road. Pretty sure you can hear it. It's literally running down everywhere, and this big one that we're coming to, we've got to cross. If you look here, this is the trail that we've got to get down now, somehow. Right where Alison is. You'll see this in a second. Absolutely pouring it down. Just be careful, yeah? Stick those spikes in. But you'll see this river in a moment. It is absolutely immense. There's just absolutely nowhere to stand. It's coming out the sides, down the trail. We're going to show you now some serious water. That's what happens when it's rained for 2 days. Gentleman just to the other side of the bridge talking to Alison. It is quite incredible. Oh yeah, it's 1 PM. And on the last video we was walking across the bridge with the river, and I just mentioned to you that a guide got out of a vehicle to speak to Alison. His name was Stephen. He's retired. He helps with the one of the local churches, and
He said, do you want to go for breakfast?
he was a saviour, absolute saviour. The way I felt today, it's the worst I've felt on the whole trail. And he took us to a part of Bland.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful breakfast with about half a dozen other people. A guy called James, who was ex-military, really nice guy. We sat talking. We were given breakfast, coffee, juice, given a goodie bag. And then when you think now that this seems to become the norm on this trail, with people doing good things for you, today just went to another level. He drove us to the only sort of motel we knew. In fact, we got there and 2 of our friends were there. In fact, 3, but 1 of them didn't see us. He inquired for us, and the motel was full in Bland. He then drove us 9 miles away to this little town called Withville. And by already, it's a little bit more happening than some of the towns we've been in. We're about 14 miles from the trail.
Yeah.
We've just been to a little motel, beautiful room, $49 compared to what we paid last week at Atkins, which was the most disgusting place I've ever stayed. The guy turns around and says, you know what, Simon Alison, be ready.
I'll pick you up in the morning.
Be ready at 8 AM, I'll come over, pick you up, I'll take you back to the point of where we dropped us. Obviously I made it pretty clear. We couldn't go back to the interstate because we hadn't walked that far, and it would have meant missing 8 miles. And I've been a bit of a critic already of people that are doing that. So we're walking into this town now. We're going to do a bit of a resupply. Don't need a lot to get to Parisburg.
Get dry, get warm.
Yeah, everybody back home. I want to thank everybody for the comments, because we haven't done that yet.
No.
Speak to us on Facebook, and all the guys that we don't know and girls on YouTube who make replies and comments, bits of information. It's because of you guys that some days
Keeps us going.
it does keep you going. When all you're looking at are roots and rocks and rain, it does keep you going.
Stephen actually said that he's not seen rain like this for a while. It's quite unusual. So,
Oh, the fields reminded me of when you see the news in southern England and they've had heavy storms and everybody's home, or like up in Cumbria the other year when everybody's houses were washed away. That's how bad it's been. But we're just starting to walk into a little town. I'm going to pause you now and I'm going to turn you around so you can see some of this. Right, here's the town we're in. Beautiful little yellow property across the road. And this one is just delightful. Absolutely. I don't want to get too near because it's almost invasion of privacy.
I don't know if what is it? It's
the farmer's daughter. Don't know whether it's a store, but this is the town that we're going into now. As you see all the way down there, Main Street. But as we get a bit nearer, somewhere else we'll show you.